You know the jingles? You've piled up their bologna and you've downed their hot dogs. And some of you, at least according to the LA Times, even named your children after the kid in the commercials. But how much do you really know about Oscar Mayer? Here's the untold truth of the company behind that famous Wienermobile.
My bologna has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R.
My bologna has second name.
It's M-A-Y-E.
Or
Oscar's a real dude. Just like Duncan Hines, Oscar Mayer was a real person. He was born in Bavaria in 1859 and arrived in the U.S. when he was 14. After apprenticing with a butcher, he later leased the Calling Meat Market in Chicago and partnered up with his brothers. Since the Windy City had a growing population of German-American families, their sausages were a success. By the beginning of the 20th century, they had 43 employees, 8 delivery wagon drivers, and supplied nearly 300 stores in Illinois and Wisconsin. The Wienermobile. Size matters. This iconic vehicle has been around since 1936, and while it's always looked like a giant hot dog, part of the original concept has fallen to the side of the road.
look, little Oscar.
Here's little Oscar and his Wienermobile. Little Oscar, the world's smallest chef.
The Wienermobile was originally manned by a little person hired to dress as Chef Little Oscar, Joe White, who played the part for 20 years, told the LA Times, "My job was to sell wieners. That was my job, and it and the Wienermobile were both a great ride." Other famous Little Oscars include Meinhard Robbie and Jerry Marin, who both achieved fame as Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz. Bologna for the masses. When you think of Oscar Mayer, you probably think of bologna first, but according to Eater, this weirdly textured meat was around long before Oscar Mayer. It has roots in 1660s Italy under another name, mortadella. It's not clear when it crossed the Atlantic, but it was definitely popular during tough times in the US, like the Depression and World War II. Oscar Mayer then kept bologna trending for decades with their distinctive vacuum-sealed packaging. Hot dog, it's a drone. In 2017, Gizmodo unveiled Oscar Mayer's new hot dog delivery system, the Wiener Drone. With a flight time of only 15 minutes and the capability of carrying just one hot dog at a time, the drone was impractical, but super cool. Wiener Drone came just 2 years after an adaptation of the Wienermobile, Wiener Rover. The remote-controlled off-road vehicle got so much press that they introduced a limited-released mass-market version shortly after. Happier animals. The meat industry remains one of the most controversial branches of modern food supply, and in 2014, Oscar Mayer's animal welfare team announced they would be partnering with the University of Wisconsin for a program designed to teach students about everything from assessing animal care to finding sustainable ways to improve the industry. The partnership ultimately focused on the creation of several new courses at the university, along with public resources on animal welfare issues. Everyone's a wiener. In September 1962, songwriter Richard Trentledge heard about a contest Oscar Mayer was sponsoring and wrote the now famous jingle in about an hour.
Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be.
But it wasn't an overnight sensation. According to Digital Music News, Oscar Mayer spent a whole year consulting with focus groups and debating about which contest submission was going to be the big winner before settling on Trentledge's catchy tune. It went on to be one of the longest-running jingles ever, finally getting retired in 2010. Trentledge passed away in 2016, but there's no doubt his song will live on forever.
'Cause Oscar Mayer has a way with E-O-L-O-G-N-A.